All right, JMC 6000 here, and in the JMC Garage for this week's JMC Garage Talk video, we're going to do an experiment, and I'm so excited about it. So right now I have my son's Buick Riviera 1989 in the garage running the 3800 Series 1 V6. Currently this car, I'll tell you exactly what modifications it has on it right now. Currently this car has a cold air intake. It also has a straight pipe exhaust. It's still running the factory Cadillac converter from 1989. It's still working. Factory manifolds, factory single cat, and then everything else is straight pipe all the way back to right back here. So if you want to get a close-up of that, usually you run the dual outlet tip, but we've taken the tip off for this science experiment. And the experiment I'm going to be bringing to you is we're going to see what it sounds like. Just straight pipe running right out the pipe. And then what happens when we put this brand new Jones Full Boar Performance Muffler, the JFP 2.50. We're going to put it right on the end there to see how it makes a difference in the way this vehicle sounds. Absolutely awesome. So, let me show you this muffler. It was sent to me courtesy of Jones. Appreciate them. And Jones, I think it stands for the FP. Stands for flow pack, but there's no packing material in this muffler. It is actually a dual chamber muffler. It has a V, or not a V, but actually has a V angle, kind of a deflector right here in the center. And it's hard to tell, but if you look inside there, you can see a little bit inside there. And then that's on the inlet side, and then this right here would be the outlet side. And it has two chambers. So you got a first chamber here, and then you have the middle chamber with the deflector, and then you have this last chamber here. Actually, I guess you would call that a three chamber. But anyway, this is the Jones Full Bore Flow Pack 2.5 muffler. So it's 2.5 inlet, 2.5 outlet. There's a reason why I got this muffler. In fact, it's going to go on a future vehicle. Not upon this, but for today's JMC Garage Talk video, we're going to do an experiment to see how it changes in sound to this straight pipe, currently straight pipe, Buick Riviera equipped with the 3800 V6. So without further ado, we're going to do a sound clip of just a straight pipe, and then we're going to just slide the muffler onto the pipe that's sticking out there. I got some blocks of wood to hold it up, and then we're going to do sound clip. It's not going to be very scientific, but we're going to do sound clip with just the muffler added to see how much it changed, the sound and everything about this particular. Now I will say the 3800 sounds really good straight pipe, and my son agrees, who's behind the camera. Even with just a stock cat, stock manifolds, everything else. But let's go ahead and show you the sound. So, son, if you want to get in the position, not too close behind your car, we don't want to blow out the camera. Now this car is already warmed up, so I'm not going to rev a cold engine. Right, we let it idle down for a little bit. Idle's right around 800, and the temperature of the engine is right about 145, almost 150. So let's go ahead and slide the Jones Full Bore Performance Muffler. Now this is a directional muffler, so you want to make sure they actually put a sticker on here which one is inlet and which one is outlet. So you want to make sure that you actually, when you ever install one of these, you want to make sure that the person you have installing it, if you're not doing it yourself, make sure they follow the direction. Otherwise, it's going to sound weird. Just saying. So now I'm going to get down here, slide this guy on the pipe. We're going to put it about right there. I don't want to slide it all the way in. And then I have my blocks of wood for support. Again, I'm not clamping it. I'm not welding it. I mean, it's going to be pretty stable, I hope. And we're going to see what happens. All right. This is with the Jones Full Boar Performance Muffler, the Jones Flow Pack 2.50. Let's go see how it sounds. Is there a difference? We're going to let it idle for a little bit. All right, about 800 RPMs. Let me do some light revs. All right, I'm afraid if I get really on it, it might vibrate off. But we're going to see what happens. I'm going to do 1 to 5 grand and see how it sounds. Not bad. All right, so I hope the camera captured all that. From me sitting behind the driver's seat, actually, I could hear a difference. Josiah, what'd you think? It actually helped to quiet down the raspiness when you got into higher, the RPM range. I know the 3800 can sound really raspy up above 4.5, almost close to 5 grand. The red line of this engine's right about 5,500 RPMs. So we weren't even hitting red line. We were getting close to it, but we weren't hitting it. But as you can tell, the 3800 gets a little raspy up in those higher RPMs. This seems, I could hear it get raspy, but it wasn't as loud or as like offensive as it was before we put the Jones on. That makes sense. So I think it had a good tone, especially around 2 grand. Had a nice quality tone to it. I really liked it versus just having the open straight pipe. Anyway, so there we go. So Jones Full Boar Performance Muffler. Ooh, it's a little warm. Little warm. And yeah, I would recommend, I was able to pick this up off of Amazon. Usually they run, I don't know, roughly about a little under 50 bucks, right at 45 to 48 bucks, depending on where you get it from. I've seen these even cheaper. One of the nice things about this muffler, not a lot of companies, and let me just say this is kind of like a Flowmaster copy, but in a round form. One of the things I noticed when I got this muffler in, it's actually made in Mexico, which is actually, I don't mind that. The quality seems to be there. It has nice welds all throughout the muffler, good welds for the wingtip, good welds on there's 4 welds holding the deflectors in each spot for the chambers, and then welds all the way around for the case of the muffler and for each end as well. Good quality welds. I've been noticing some other companies that build mufflers that I've used before, and they're pretty expensive in price, aka Flowmaster. Excuse me. They're actually building their equipment in China. They're building their mufflers in China. I'm just like, and you're still paying a premium for a Chinese muffler. I would say go for something like this, save a little bit of money, and it actually sounds just like a Flowmaster, if not a little bit better. I was actually pretty impressed with the sound quality coming out of this muffler here on this test car. Again, I got this muffler not only to do this test, but I wanted to check out the quality. I wanted to check out there's a little bit of residual water there from the engine. Anyway, that happens. Anyway, no problem. I wanted to check out the quality, wanted to check out how this muffler was built, and kind of compare it to other chamber mufflers that I bought and had in the past on certain vehicles. Let me clarify this. This is not going on the Maverick. This is not going on the Buick. This is actually going to go on an unnamed vehicle that I have on order that is coming very soon, probably within a month. I'm sorry, in about a month, I would say. It still has to go into production. Hasn't done that yet. So stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Love to hear your comments, love to hear your feedback. Maybe you've bought one of these mufflers for your vehicle, and I'd love to hear about it, and let me know how it sounds, whether it be a 4, 6 cylinder, or even a V8, or even a bigger V10 or V12. Anyway, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this muffler, how long they've lasted, what's the quality you came away with, and yeah, be awesome. All right, guys, you be blessed, and we'll catch you on the next one.